Hi folks, any ideas what this thing is to my left? Well, in England we call it a dustbin or a rubbish bin. In the United States they call it a trash can in some parts, I believe. In some Spanish places they call it a cubo de la basura. All around the world people have something like this. Different shapes, different sizes, but we all have something to get rid of our household waste. Let me tell you about England. In England we may have several smaller versions of this within the house. Here's one. Small ones, sometimes they can be a little bit larger than this. And when they get full, we take it to a dustbin, a larger dustbin, which is on the outside of the house, normally in the garden or in the yard, outside of the house. And we tip our inside rubbish in the dustbin outside. There is a problem, and the problem is that the outside dustbin will eventually become full. And if we're not careful, it will overflow and we will have a mess in our back garden or backyard. So what will take place is that once a week, normally in the United Kingdom, some men from the council, the local council, will come with a big wagon, truck, lorry, and they will empty our dustbins for us. They then take their rubbish that they've collected down to a rubbish tip or rubbish dump, and the men working on the rubbish dump have their way of dealing with the rubbish. And this cycle goes on every week. Now in some countries, of course, the cycle may alter slightly differently. For example, in Spain I believe that they have these big bins or trash bins out in the street, and they are emptied daily. In England our dustbin in the backyard is emptied weekly. But all around the world the dustbin is a universal tool, because every household in the world will develop waste, household waste, and we have to get rid of it. And as we pile it in some container, somebody has to come and empty it and take it somewhere else, and they in turn will have to deal with it from there. And that's the principle that takes place all around the world. Now I want to introduce you to another type of dustbin, but the same principle will apply. Tell you what folks, follow me and I'm going to take you and show you another different type of dustbin. Come with me. Okay folks, here I am in the kitchen and I'm now going to show you another type of dustbin altogether. Yeah, it's me. I am a dustbin. Ever since I was a little child, I've had some wonderful experiences in life, and life has been good to me, but ever since I was a little child, people have been tipping rubbish in me, and I have been a human dustbin. Normally, the rubbish people tip on me is bad things they say about me, or bad things they do to me. And their rubbish has been tipped on me. And even to this present day, I feel like a dustbin. As a pastor, I get an awful lot, probably more than average, rubbish dumped upon me. And I have to contain all this rubbish. Now the dustbin on the outside of my house will get full as we put rubbish into it. But I also will get full, and I will overflow, and I will make a mess all around me by my actions or my words if I become full of rubbish and overflow. with that rubbish. Now, what I've said about me also applies to you. You are a human dustbin, and people will tip rubbish or dump rubbish inside of you. So therefore, what we need to do is to learn how to take our rubbish and take it down to the local dump and get rid of it. Now I'm going to show you where you can go to take your rubbish. Follow me again. There is a place called Calvary. Some call it Golgotha. And this is where Jesus was crucified. Now, I once read an interesting fact about Calvary, and the information I read was that Calvary was a local rubbish dump where people from the city would take all their rubbish and just tip it. That's ironical, and it's also very appropriate, because this is where Jesus was crucified, on a rubbish dump. And he created a dump beyond all dumps. It's a place where we can go and tip our rubbish at the feet of Jesus. You know, if we don't tip our rubbish, we will then in turn dump rubbish upon other people, either verbally or through our actions. So we need to empty our own personal human dustbin. We need to empty it. And the only place we can go to successfully dump it is Calvary, at the feet of Jesus. Some people go to counsellors, some people talk to friends. But you know, if you listen to such people, they just go on and on and on, repeating their rubbish, their hard luck stories. And they become like stuck records, playing the same part of the tune over and over again. And that can be boring for those around them. Only at Calvary can we go and successfully dump our rubbish at the feet of Jesus, walk away from it, and never see it again. Why don't you try it, folks? It's a wonderful place to go. I've been there many, many times with the rubbish that I've had inside of me. And I go to Calvary and I just dump it. All the rubbish. And I don't take it back. I walk away from it and I leave it with Jesus. Isn't that wonderful? My advice to you is this week, have a go, try it out for yourself and see how you get on with it. God bless you all. Bye for now.